This is 4.2 day 1, and we are still talking about right triangle trigonometry. One of the main things that we're going to be using in trigonometry is the special right triangles. As you maybe remember these from geometry, but the special right triangles are the 30, 60, 90 and the 45, 45, 90 triangles. And they have some special ratios with them. These are two triangles that I'd like you to write down, and I'd like you to memorize the ratios in these triangles. There are other ways to write this with the hypotenuse not being 1, but we want the hypotenuse to be 1 for purposes later on that you will see very clearly when we get to the unit circle. So we're going to have these ratios as they are, and we're going to figure out the the 6 different basic trig ratios that come up from each one of these. So we're going to start with 45. The next examples will be the 30 and the 60, but if we know those 3 different types of angles, we have pretty much all that we ever need to know about the different right triangles, about what we will be doing by hand. And you'll also notice that I've got here some conversions taken care of. I've got 30 degrees is pi over 6, 60 is pi over 3, and 45 is pi over 4. I want you guys to get used to using the radian version of those. I mean, for now we'll do degrees because that's just something that makes more sense to us, but as we go through more examples, then hopefully you will become accustomed to those radian measures. All right, sine of 45, we're going to just look at this triangle for right now. Let's use this 45 as a reference. And so we want to do sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse, and so that is square root of 2 over 2 divided by 1. And so we can simplify that as square root of 2 over 2. And in the future, a lot of these will just be going with that. We won't worry about the over 1 or that kind of thing. But for this one, we'll start that way. Next one is the cosine of 45 degrees. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so it's the same thing. It's square root of 2 over 2 divided by 1. So that is also square root of 2 over 2 in the end. Now this one, tangent's a little nicer because tangent, if it's opposite over adjacent, then it's square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2, which is equal to 1. And so now we have for sine, cosine, and tangent, we've got square root of 2 over 2 for both of those and 1 for tangent. Now when we're getting the other ones, again, I've mentioned you don't really need to memorize them, but just take the ones you've got already and flip them over. Tangent is the reciprocal of cotangent, but the reciprocal of 1 is still just 1. Reciprocal of each of these are going to be the same thing, so that's 2 over square root of 2 for both of those. Now again, we don't leave square roots in the denominator. That's just not what we do, so we're going to have to multiply by square root of 2 over square root of 2 on both of these. We're going to get the exact same thing on both, of course. That'll be on the top 2 square root of 2, and then on the bottom those multiplied together give us 2, and it's the exact same thing for this one. Now when we have that, notice that these 2's on both the top and the bottom here cancel out, and so what we're left with in the end is just square root of 2 for each one of those. Oops, there we go. You can see that now. And so our cosecant of 45 is square root of 2. Our secant is square root of 2, and our cotangent is 1. So that is with a 45 degree angle. The next ones will be 30 and 60.